also another commercial that I really want to mention. It's not just one commercial, but there's this one line for selling diamonds. I'm sure there are popular lines in the States. Here in China, there's one line. It's called 一颗恒久远. It sounds beautiful. It's just saying that one diamond lasts forever. Just one piece lasts forever. And the idea of getting a diamond as an engagement ring, I don't know where it originated, but it's gotten popular here in China too.
They have this in the States.
I remember,
it's Diamonds Are Forever. I actually don't know the brand
it's the same
puts
thing.
this out. But yeah, it's always about like a male buying a female a very, very expensive diamond because that is going to be the proper expression of your love, consuming this thing.
Yeah, that's like how you prove that you love her. It becomes a necessary thing. It's as if you don't buy it, you don't mean it, right? And you're supposed to, I heard you're supposed to spend 3 months' salary at least for this engagement.
Yeah, that's a thing that comes from like the Middle Ages because now we have life insurance, right? And stuff like that and like Social Security and stuff. But at some point in our history, if a male died, the idea was, oh, he must be the breadwinner, and maybe that was more true back in hundreds and hundreds of years ago in medieval Europe. And so you would buy a woman a gold ring and that value should be equate to at least 3 months of the salary or the amount of money that breadwinner made so that the woman would have kind of an insurance policy to get her affairs in order.
Now that modest gold ring has turned into super expensive diamond rings. But I want to mention how, for example, my aunt and my uncle from my mom's side. Now, my uncle, this particular uncle, he is literally the most devoting man I've ever seen to his families, to his child, grandchild, and even me. My aunt and uncle, they took care of me when I was growing up because my parents were not around for a period of time. So he's literally the most devoting man I know. And to this day, during their, late 60s, my aunt still does not have a diamond ring. From my uncle. Yeah. And for years, we were teasing him. We didn't really mean it, right? Yeah. We're just like, oh, why don't you buy, my aunt a diamond ring? And also my cousin was saying this too. And he always shook his head. It was like, oh, I've got bigger things, more important things to worry about. I'm, kind of like saving the money for something more important. And at that time, my cousin was not married yet, so I assumed that that's what he meant. Maybe after my daughter gets married. And then after he got married, he still didn't get one. It was like, okay, maybe he's saying the big thing he meant was having a grandchild. And now the grandchild is 4 years old. I don't think he has bought a diamond ring, but by now we're not asking him to do that anymore. We're not teasing him about that anymore because we are now maturing enough to realize that that's not the important thing, right? He takes care of her and the whole family.
But it's interesting, baby, because those commercials convinced you and your family members that it was something to say to this person. So actually your interactions with this gentleman ended up being very cultivated by these television commercials. So again, or radio commercials. I'm not sure actually where you heard them.
They influence
but these kinds of things. They affect society very, very deeply across all kinds of generations and people.
And sometimes it's unfairly because it's hard to find a more loving man than my uncle. The way he takes care of everybody in the family. How can you say that this man does not love his wife, right? Just because he didn't get her a diamond ring? Like by now I know it means it doesn't mean anything. Yeah. And I have a diamond ring. I haven't worn it for years. Hopefully it's still somewhere in the house because it is very expensive. And by now I don't really see the point of having it. I mean, I could probably use the money for something else, but I mean, it takes time and experiences to grow up and to grow out of things like that. But this is also what I meant by growing out of control from others, by others. It's a sort of freedom, right?